Guys, welcome to episode number 5 of the Derby Crowman Live, and to start off this episode, we're currently third in the table after 4 games. We have won 3 of our games. We did lose the first game against Blackburn, I think it was, who are currently also in the playoffs, so doing very well indeed. And yeah, we've got Forest and Preston above us, only by a point, and obviously goal difference wise we're doing quite well because we have scored quite a few goals. But in the last episode, if you did miss it, we did actually change the sliders just to make things a little bit more realistic. So we've changed the shot area a little bit just to give them a few more shooting opportunities. Goalkeeper ability and positioning has gone up. Line height's gone deeper, just so they part the bus essentially a bit more. And their fullback positioning is much more deeper now, so they're less likely to go push forwards. So yeah, hopefully those little tweaks will just help us make things more realistic. So in terms of objectives, apparently I've already replaced 3 players from the team, so I'm still not too sure how that actually works. I don't know how I'm going to sign 2 crucial players and make a £27 million profit within a season. I genuinely don't know how to do that with the current squad that we do have, of course. And brand exposure, we do need to get 3 wins away from home, so if we can continue that, obviously we're only 3 wins away now. We have got the first 2 already. I think we do have an away game in this fixture. I'm not too sure if cup games count or not. But yeah, I think we'll be going into the Birmingham game, of course, then the Sheffield Wednesday game. So we might have it by the Wycombe game, which will be quite nice just to get one of the objectives ticked off. So in between the 2 episodes, I did a bit of fiddling, and I realised that our record transfer fee is only 490k, which was for Hutchinson, and obviously we bought Clark, so it's interesting to see that doesn't. So if you go loan a player then make them permanent, that doesn't add to your record. So I know it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's just a little thing that I noticed. And also I didn't realise if you go into the youth academy and then if you click on any of the players, really, we'll go for a goalkeeper just because they're towards the start, you can actually do development plans on them. So I think this would be a good thing to do just to get obviously certain players in positions that you want them to play, and I don't know, I think keeping them as a balanced is probably a good idea for a goalkeeper. I don't think there's much of an issue with that, but in terms of like defenders, for example, you know, if we get them to a ball playing defender, or if we want them to be a defensive centre back or a sweeper, that could be done quite easily, so I think that's quite a good thing. Also, this player here can actually play CDM as well, but it will take him 61 weeks to move there. So that's quite interesting. It does take quite a long time, even though they're young players. It will take quite a while to actually develop them. Although that one's not too bad at fullback. It's only 14 weeks. CDM's 43 weeks, so it's obviously different for each player. We do have Tabucci here, which we will go into probably a shadow striker, just because his shooting is so low. I think we'll go for a wide playmaker for Kontos, just because of those skill moves. Obviously, Simula's probably our best player in the academy, and if we get him to an inverted winger, he already has 5-star skills, so there's no point in putting him as a wide playmaker. So if we go inverted winger and get that weak foot up, if he's at 4-star weak foot by the time we use him, and obviously it'll get his shooting stats up. He has got very good, for a 17-year-old, having 75 agility and balance is really, really good. And obviously this is probably the best growth plan for him, and he should be able to achieve that in the next couple of weeks. It'll be interesting to see how it works with the messaging, whether it does tell you or not. And I think we'll go for that role. I don't think you're allowed to say that word on YouTube because you might get demonetised, so I won't say that, but you can see it on the screen, just to get his skill moves up to 3-star skills, of course. And yeah, it's just a nice little thing. Obviously we have got the scout report out at the minute. We sent him to Ivory Coast to get some defensive minded players, and I'm not too sure when that's gonna come back. We could also look at bringing in another scout, because obviously it's quite a big youth project we're doing here, but I think what we'll do is probably wait until the transfer window is over, because then obviously whatever remaining money we have, we can invest that in scouts. So let's go into our first game then against Birmingham City. We are going to have to make a few changes because of fitness. So yeah, let's see what the lineup is. Here we are then for the game against Birmingham City at Pride Park. Of course, we've had to make a number of changes due to fitness. So we've gone Shinnie in the CDM role, but just pushed further slightly up the pitch. Then the same back three. I thought I'd just keep that because they've got all 85 fitness, so it should be okay, but may need to change in the Carabao Cup game. Ibe on the right mid, Joswiak still on the left, Sibley and Marriott just off the striker, who is Liam Delap, of course, just to get a start. It's very interesting because I probably would have maybe played somebody like Dwayne Holmes in this game, but because he's only got 7 sharpness, because I've not been rotating the training sessions, obviously it means that he just isn't really match ready. So it is quite an interesting combination that you need to do. Looking at their team then, obviously they did get Neil Etheridge in goal, which I wouldn't have minded at Derby. Obviously Marshall's a fantastic goalkeeper, but yeah, it's interesting that he did go there because he did really well in the Premier League with Cardiff. But they do have Smithies now. Colin and Pedersen at the fullback positions, Robertson, Dean, San Jose, Sunjic, Crowley, Bella, Sanchez and Lucas Jukovic up top. Does work with the ball. He does bring it forwards very nicely indeed with his pace, of course. Can we get the finesse shot off? Yes, we can, but it is straight at the goalkeeper, unfortunately. Chance for Ibe to get into a good area here, just sprinting into the box. Hopefully can get a shot off. Yes, he can. It's just wide of the post, and I think that's half time. So I think we've definitely found quite a nice spot in terms of the sliders. There's a few decent saves there from the goalkeeper, of course. Fitness is a slight issue in this game. We might need to look to bring on Whittaker for Goswiak in the second half quite early. Chance here for Birmingham in the box, and it is a first goal of the game 5 minutes into the second half. It is the number 7 Sanchez, I think that is. Yeah, it's just like when they get the ball here, obviously Jukovic good at holding it up, really nice drag back, and the midfielder winger just coming inside and does make it 1-0. It is Daniel Crowley, not Sanchez, but yeah, it's a little bit of a tricky game just because of fitness, but obviously that's what we're going to have to balance throughout the season. Delap on the ball here, really big amount of space here for Joswiak out wide, back inside to Delap. Hopefully we can get a goal here to get us back level. Just trying to open up the space now with Shinnie, with the shot and with the goal. Graham Shinnie does make it 1-1 in the 57th minute. Obviously really did well against Norwich, just winning the ball back and being Graham Shinnie basically. We have just brought on Holmes, Whittaker and Waghorn. Not got the most fitness, but that's the situation that we're currently under, of course. Good chance here to get a goal against Birmingham. Whittaker's with the ball, hopefully can. Don't know why that pass went all the way over there. I was looking for Waghorn and it's gone to Marriott, who's in absolutely a brilliant position to score the goal to make it 2-1. Like, I want to watch that back because that was quite odd. As you can see, I was like, it'll either go to Holmes or Waghorn. I don't know what the centre back's doing and just keeping literally everyone on side. But it's a really good pass in the end. I was more looking for Waghorn or Holmes, but didn't even see Marriott. And yeah, we get into the lead in the last 20 minutes. Chance here for Waghorn if he's got the pace on Roberts, hopefully. He does indeed. He's into a decent area now in the box with the finesse shot. Blocked by the defender, gets it back, saved by the keeper and out for a corner. Then we go, there is full time against Birmingham. We have 1-2-1, a pretty convincing and quite realistic scoreline. So I think the Sliders have, well, so far done their job. It's only been one game, but yeah, Etheridge made quite a few more saves than the goalkeepers usually do, so that's good to see. Obviously we had a decent amount of shots and scored a couple. Getting a little bit closer to knowing about Ronan Curtis. Obviously he's really good League One player and probably looking to make that jump. He does have 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he does. And obviously because we're playing this 3 at the back system, he might be a decent backup for Joswiak. But I think for the time being we'll leave the signings where they are. Because this video is coming out on technically deadline day in international foot, like the whole world, there might be a chance Derby will make a signing today. If not, it will be within the next 10 days, 10 or 11 days, when the window closes on the 15th/16th. But yeah, that's the one on the 16th is actually when all the domestic transfers are done, obviously Premier League teams and stuff like that. So yeah, let's have a look at this lineup then for the Sheffield Wednesday game. Because we do have the Bristol City game coming up, I do want to rest a few players. I might get Hutchinson involved instead of somebody. Here we are for the game against Sheffield Wednesday, which might be a bit of an issue, but I didn't actually think about the kits. I think they should be okay. Yeah, I'll show you our lineup first. We've gone for Jack Marriott, Tom Lawrence and Bobby Duncan as the front three, Burnham Whittaker out wide, Hutchinson for his debut, Shinnie, then Wisdom, Davies, Twerrick and Calabrese in goal. Obviously Curtis Davis, thought I'd just throw him in. He'd be obviously a very experienced defender. I was going to put Evans in there. But yeah, obviously they've got Jordan Rhodes up front, so quite powerful indeed. They're playing quite a strong team. That's pretty much their starting team, so it'll be interesting to see how we do with the second team. Of course, obviously the Carabao Cup isn't that important, but it's nice to have just to be able to rotate the squad. Corner into Nathan Burton. Can we whip it into the box? It's onto Marriott's head, straight into the back of the net, and it is 1-0 in the first 5 minutes. A bullet header from Jack Marriott out of nowhere, and it's a great goal. And I think who was it with the cross? It was Burn, wasn't it? I think heading's quite a big part of the game this year, which is good to see. Really good header from him, and does get him to an early start. Wednesday on the attack here with Luongu. As you can see, if you just defend with the midfielder, it makes things a little bit more easier, but at the same time issues can arise, and there you go. Like, it's just super difficult defending this year. I tried to do the right thing there, but maybe coming out with the centre-back could have prevented the goal, but they do make it 1-1 in the 20th minute there. Marriott with the ball here. Can he slip it into Bobby Duncan's path? He is left-footed, of course. With the shot and with the goal, Bobby Duncan with his first goal for the club to get us back into the lead. Really good to see. Don't know if he does that celebration or not, but yeah, it's good to see when I'm putting in these young players that they are doing well. Hutchinson hasn't had too many touches of the ball. As you can see, I like this formation because you have essentially 3 strikers to potentially score the goals, and hopefully can grow quite well in ratings. Lawrence with the ball here, good run down the middle from Jack Marriott. Now with the shot and with the goal, we do make it 3-1 in the 37th minute of the match. And I don't know, maybe we need to do a little bit more just to prevent goals from going in, because this game it seems easy-ish. It was a good run from Marriott though, that diagonal run through the middle, and yeah, it's good to get us into a 2-goal cushion. Should say for Marriott, has he got the pace to just burst through the defence? Yes, he does. Can we make it 4-1? Not quite. It's a decent save from Dawson. Maybe I should have gone a bit closer. Chance here for Marriott. Clean through on goal again. It just seems like Bourne is really slow, and Marriott's getting all the space in the world. It is a save though. Through the middle for Marriott. He's just got that pace just to get around the defenders so easily, and he does make it 4-1 there in the 55th minute of the match. It's good to see Marriott getting goals. Of course, he's not technically in the first team, but I do like him to come off the bench every now and then. We have made a couple of changes now, just bringing on Holmes and Evans. Might be looking to get one more on as well. Just Marriott with these runs is ridiculous. We'll play it across here to Liam Delap with the goal and makes it 5-1. I don't know what I can do, really. I think it's kind of been an issue for quite a while on FIFA. Essentially, if you get a good through ball, the defence, you know, you just outpace them 9 times out of 10 and get a clean goal. So, no, I don't know if there's much I can do. Oh, it's a goal. It's just like, I was just thinking like how kind of easy this game's been, but then they just score a goal literally out of nothing. Izzy Brown there, just they do a lot of drag. Like, I was just thinking like, this is ultimate difficulty in competitor mode. And before that goal it was 5-1, and you know, most of the games I've comfortably won by 3 or 4 goals. And I'm just trying to think how to make it, because I don't want to make it boring where the AI's computer is ridiculous and we don't score any goals. I felt like the Birmingham game was about the right level, but it's a bit of a tricky one. Chance here for Sheffield Wednesday. They do make it 3-1 to be fair. 3-5, sorry, not 3-1. It's one of them where, you know, the game's been won for the last like 20-30 minutes now. It's a good through ball to be fair, but it's one of these where it's too little too late. I'd rather the game be quite narrow for the majority of it than the AI just turning up in the last 10 minutes. There we go, there's full time against Sheffield Wednesday, an 8-goal thriller. Jack Marriott actually did get a hat-trick. Didn't realise that. Obviously, he did score the header early on in the game here with a really powerful header. I wasn't kind of expecting him to be on the end of it. Really good header in the end to make it 1-0 to start off. Bobby Duncan getting on the score sheet as well, and Liam Delap. So overall, very good indeed. And this is kind of just a I don't know, like almost a second team competition just to get players fit. So with the win against Birmingham, we do actually go into the top 2 positions, and our next opponent is Bristol City, who are currently on the same run of form as us. Obviously 4 wins and 1 loss. Very good scoring and good defensively, so it'll be an interesting one, the Bristol City game. I don't know if I want to increase. I think it's one of those where if you fiddle with the settings too much, it can ruin it. I think we'll put these up to 60. It's 74. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. I think we'll go with that for now. I don't want to do too much and overcook it and then just basically make it quite boring to play the games. So yeah, we're interested to see how we do in that Bristol City game. Troy Deeney currently the top goal scorer in the league. There is a lot of good players in this league, you know, goal scorers wise. So it'll be interesting to see if we can continue scoring plenty of goals with Rooney. Obviously, I don't think he did play against Birmingham, so he's fully fit for the next game. We'll probably have to rest Burn and maybe Lawrence for that next game, but we have got a fully fit first team, so that's good to see. But I think our second team's just as good as the first team, so that's good to see. Obviously, there's no Rooney, but if you compare the ratings, there's not a lot in between. So I think we've got a very good core group at the minute, and obviously transfer wise, I'm not that bothered. So we'll just simulate up to the Bristol City game. We do have a transfer offer here for Florian Josesoon. Now he's one that's obviously linked to moving away. I don't think we've even played a game with him yet. Let me have a look. We might have played him in a cup game, but I could be wrong. Let's have a look at appearances. Yeah, he must have played. So he did play in the Carabao Cup game. Must have come off the bench, but he's obviously 29 now, and he is probably looking to move. So I think out of the players that we do have in the squad, he's probably one that we would look to move on. So let's go into negotiations and see what we can potentially get for him. It goes up to 1.1. Be interested to see what players Midtjylland actually have. We probably don't have any of them scouted though, that's the only issue, but maybe I can. Obviously Lasse Vibe used to play for Brentford. Very good striker. Just trying to see if any names appear that I know, but it doesn't look like it. I think Evander's quite good, but he's probably worth a lot more than $1 million. So I think in that case, Sisto's quite good as well. He was from Celta Vigo. I think they got him from Midtjylland anyway in the original place. So I think if we go for, just because I don't know, it's one of those where if he stays, I kind of want to keep him in the squad in real life. But we'll go for the 1.2 million. They go for 990k. Yeah, if I can get 1.1 million, you know, it's a good amount of money. He's obviously in his final year of his contract. They're going for the final offer. I think we might have to just accept it if they don't accept this next one. I'll go for that, and hopefully they can meet us in the middle. No, so I'm not that fussed of selling him because we don't exactly need the money. And he's kind of useful to have, because in case we do potentially get an injury to a winger, obviously we've got Dwayne Holmes can play out wide, but on the left hand side we've only really got Whittaker and Joswiak to play that role, so it's good, like big backup to have basically. It's a big squad that we currently have at the minute, and maybe Waggle could go there. I don't know. Kind of. I think it's one of those where, because he's not got any match fitness, it's obviously coming up with the exclamation mark. But I think if the position is there, as you can see there, it says left mid, I don't think it should have an issue with playing there. As you can see, Josephson can play there. So yeah, it's a bit of an interesting thing, the positions. Yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. I think Lawrence will be fully fit for the Bristol City game. We'll probably just put... we could actually do a bit of a rotation. Put Knight out on the right mid. Can play left mid as well. But yeah, Jason Knight's just a really nice backup to have. And to be honest, I think if we get another bid in for Josephson, we'll probably sell him, because I think we have got plenty of backup. And I don't think he will be required. So if that's the case, we may as well just put him on the transfer market. I think he's the only real one. We'll have a look at stats actually, because then I can just see who's not being used, and that way we can work out what we don't need. We do have Ravas on the loan list. Obviously he was loaned out in real life. Kind of want to keep Idem, just because he's a new signing, of course. Joe Bateman, I think, yeah, loaning him out is probably a logical thing to do. We do have plenty and plenty. Oh, he is actually transfer listed. Right, so we'll just accept the next one that comes in. We have loan listed Hector Ingram. Forsyth's a bit of an interesting one. He's okay to have as backup in case we go back to a back four for whatever reason. So I think on that note, we'll probably wrap up the episode here. Obviously, Bristol City game next. Obviously, when this video is uploaded, this day will be the day that the overall transfer market closes. As you can see at the minute, like if you take out the Blackburn game, we've won every single game, which is good on one side, but at the other side, I kind of want to make it interesting for you guys, because at the minute we're just absolutely storming the league. But I just don't know what I can do to make it a bit more interesting, really. I think the shot error is not an issue. I think maybe their creative side. I might be tempted to increase our injury frequency, because I don't think we've had. It's one of those where if you mess with this, there could be quite big issues. So we'll go just to 53. But I'd like injuries just to make it a bit more realistic. You know, at the minute, obviously Derby have got Waghorn and Lawrence out injured, quite too big. Two first-team players, of course. So yeah, in terms of that, I think if we put the controller up quite a bit, pass speed. I think their passing's fine. I think it's just the defensive side I want to increase. That's all I want to do with the computer. So let's just pop those up to 62. Why not? We'll go with that. Obviously, Bristol City will be a good test in the next episode, since they are on currently the same points as us. So yeah, hopefully, guys did enjoy this episode. We will just quickly check what the next Carabao Cup game opponent is. I don't think they've done it, have they? Oh, it is there. It's Tottenham Hotspur. So it's because it's literally, look how, if you didn't know Tottenham were there, it's so difficult to actually see that. So Tottenham Hotspur away at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's actually a really, really fun game. That'll be. I like it when they give you a really big team to play against in these cup competitions, just to see where you're at. So I might just keep the sliders where they are up until that Tottenham game. And if we win the Tottenham game, then I'm just going to whack the sliders way up. Yeah, it's not too long until obviously the January transfer window. December's a massive game, and why are we playing on Christmas Eve? No Boxing Day fixture. It's a bit odd, but we are playing on the Sunday against Norwich, then 2 days later against Sheffield Wednesday. It's weird that we played Norwich and Sheffield Wednesday twice in that 1 month. It kind of shows how they've just done the fixtures, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we do in this season. So far, it's been pretty easy, but it's a matter of just getting those sliders at the right point to make it competitive. So hopefully, guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like rating if you did enjoy it, and see you soon. Bye.